Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing here at GitHub Universe? Ooh. Mr. Hampton.
I'll let you go, Scott. Have a great conversation.
See remote in Portland, Oregon?
Can we hear Brian? What's happening?
All right, I hear Scott. Do you hear me?
Hey, how are you doing, sir? We're crossing the streams.
This is crazy. I thought we don't do that. That's a Ghostbusters problem. It's going to change the universe, man.
Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. So you have like like water behind you right now. You're in the middle of a fountain.
I am. A fountain here in sunny San Francisco for GitHub Universe. Even the sun thought they should come out for our wonderful event.
Very, very exciting stuff. Well, thanks for letting us jump into your stream, and thank you for jumping into our stream. Appreciate that.
It's wonderful. We love .NET developers. So rumor has it, you guys have this amazing thing going on telling the world about a great new version of .NET.
We are, in fact. Yeah, we just launched .NET 7, and just a few minutes ago I was talking with Richard Campbell and showing him how I've got GitHub Actions going and building my entire website, testing it, running Dependabot. I've got CodeQL, I've got security updates. I feel like I have a DevOps team, except it's just me, right?
A DevOps team of one, that's fantastic. Love it.
Yeah. So I put together a couple of things for you that might make you smile. First, I've got this lovely slide that includes the shiny GitHub Universe. So we got the cooperative crossover for our friends at GitHub. But I think you might get a kick out of this here. You see my LEDs in the background?
Oh, what do you got going on there? Oh, glowing Mona. Oh, that is wonderful, Scott.
Put the Octocat up.
So you know what's wonderful about that is I know in your heart of hearts you're a tinkerer and you like to hack things. So have you got your mail yet today?
Have I got my mail today? I have not yet received my mail. Do I need to go outside?
Well, no, something's coming for you. We have sent you a special gift, a hackable Raspberry Pi GitHub Universe badge just for you.
Oh.
So Martin Woodward thought of you. It should hopefully even be there today. And we just want to share the love with our buddies. A little ink display, put your name on it, or tell a story, whatever you want to do.
Oh, that is very cool. You know, actually on my desk right now, I've got, Meadow.NET devices. Meadow just had their release 1.0 release candidate, so I can run .NET on tiny devices. I've got .NET running on Raspberry Pis with our friends at PyTop. So adding a Raspberry Pi device to my pile here is going to be perfect. I've even got this Wilderness Labs project lab right here. And so in this case, I'm actually putting together a weather station, working on a weather station, again, powered by .NET.
It's a wonderful world we live in. It's amazing. So look for this in the mail and let us know what you think. Put some photos on Twitter for us.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah. Now, you've been heads down, of course, focused on GitHub Universe, but have you seen some of the cool stuff going on with .NET 7?
Yes, and I've actually been able to work with it, but why don't you tell the community what we've got for them, because a lot of the hubbers are heads down today with our keynote.
Yeah. So, a couple of the highlights here that I'm excited about. I just literally updated my Visual Studio just a few minutes ago, but I was pointing out to Richard Campbell that we've got native support for ARM64, which is really, really cool. So that's cool for a couple of reasons. First, I've got just over here on my standing desk the new Windows Dev Box, which is an ARM64 device. So we've got native ARM. So I've got both native ARM for .NET 7 and native ARM for Visual Studio itself, which is really cool. And right over here, I can grab my Surface Pro X ARM-based device, which I can now run Visual Studio and .NET 7 on. So we're starting to see a lot more action in the ARM space, which is really, really cool. And then it is great news. And then, of course, Linux support just keeps coming, right? You know, we keep the hits keep coming with the Linux support on with .NET. We're in the box with Ubuntu at this point. So, when you have Ubuntu, you have .NET, and you have that ability. So it's nice to just have that out of the box, and we appreciate our partners at Canonical for making stuff like that happen.
That's fantastic, because just reducing the friction to get started is wonderful.
Well, it's just nice to know that it's available and it's ready to go out of the box. So the other thing that is really cool is you can build container images with .NET without having to install anything. So you're getting container images out of the box without using Docker Desktop. You can build a container and then push it to a container registry. So developers can build containers locally and push them without any additional software.
Man, friction-free. Keep it up. That's great. What else you got there?
Yep. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, cross-platform mobile apps, the .NET MAUI, the .NET Modern App UI, the ability to create applications that are going to run anywhere. I mentioned before these devices that are running. Is that a DJ?
Yes, we have a DJ. We are getting ready to have some music at lunch.
You just casually, I want to go back to that. You just casually threw out a DJ. That's pretty cool. I'm showing my slides and then suddenly there's a DJ available. It makes me feel like maybe we should have had a DJ here and now you're just trying to show off at this point.
Well, it's great to have a live conference after the pandemic, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love that. That's cool. We're gonna have to step it up next time and get a DJ because now you're just showing off. Yeah, so I was saying that actually I want to go back to .NET 6 is included in Ubuntu 22.04. So you just go apt install .NET 6 and you just get it, which is ridiculous.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
We anything we can do to make reduce the friction so the developer can do the magic and write code as opposed to work on infrastructure and all the stuff that goes into that and getting their machine ready is great. Yeah.
And then, for folks that are maybe on .NET Core 3 or .NET 5, and they're like, I don't know, what do I want to do? You have the .NET Upgrade Assistant now, which is like a step-by-step command line tool that'll walk you through the upgrade process, and it basically will perform the migration for you. So, one of my games that you might remember, Baby Smash,
yes,
is almost 16, 17 years old now. And in fact, the baby from Baby Smash is getting their driver's license this week.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah. But that's interesting because .NET is both mature, it's ready to go in containers, it's ready for cloud native, but it's also, there's a lot of legacy there.
Exactly. And organizations rely on it for their line of business software every day.
Exactly. And Baby Smash, in the example, was a WPF app from 17 years ago. We ran the Upgrade Assistant on it, and we brought that forward. So if you might be using WPF, you might be using WCF, Windows Communication Foundation, you might be thinking, the new .NET's not for me. Turns out it actually is.
That's wonderful. God, I remember when you brought that out. That was wonderful. My children played with it. It was great.
Yeah. I was surprised how easy it was to upgrade. It walks you through the process. It converts the things that you need to convert, and we're putting in analyzers and code fixers. So if you have a WinForms or a WPF, a console app, or a class library app, we'll have these fixers that will say step by step, and it's not automatic. And by automatic, I mean it's not like a black box where it does a conversion. It literally is like an interview, and it walks you through. I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to back up your code. I'm going to do that. So you can put those commits into GitHub really neatly and say, all right, upgraded this, upgraded those, and then if you want, squash the commit and do your thing.
Just think about the changes in the generation when you first built that to now you can build it on GitHub and share with the community, get feedback, get pull requests and contributions to just make it all that much better.
Absolutely. There's also a ton of stuff going on in the web space, in the ASP.NET Core on .NET 7. We've got support for HTTP 3 built in. So just when you're thinking maybe I need to upgrade to HTTP 2, too late. Now it's HTTP 3. We've got that as well. And if you have been out of the .NET space for a minute, it's really, really easy to make these web APIs small, minimal APIs. It's a really interesting expression of how to do a minimal API. So those are great for cloud native apps. I'm looking at the list here. There's rate limiting. We've got new support for output caching. We've got gRPC. The perf numbers that we're getting on .NET 7 are redonkulous and super, super fast. So it's the fastest .NET ever.
That's fantastic. Well, you know,
Yeah.
we're working hard to make it easier for everybody to get started. So do you have another slide there by chance, maybe?
Let's see. Oh, look at this.
that.
What's that? What's happening at GitHub Universe?
Well, we love .NET developers, and one of the things we announced today is code spaces for everyone. 60 hours free to do whatever you want. So that includes .NET on Linux with the click of a button, Scott. Don't even have to apt-get anything. Just open up a new code space.
So that just, do I have to click anything? Do I have to sign up? I don't have to. Do I just have a GitHub and I have this access?
You have a
now?
GitHub handle, you go on, click on code spaces, and click the button. And we got new templates to make it easy to get started. Yeah, I know. What? It's absolutely wonderful. And then we've got, as you know, Copilot is available right now for individuals. You can sign up for a free trial if you haven't played with that. And now it's available for companies. We've had great response from the individuals out there. Over 100,000 people use it every day. And now companies want to buy it for their developers. And you know, you talked about Actions. We brought full support for ARM now in the GitHub Actions runners, as well as we have some monster-sized runners for Windows and Ubuntu. 64 cores, 256 gigs of RAM. I think you can build the next version of Baby Smash okay.
This is the Godzilla level
Yes.
machines.
Absolutely. And so we got a lot of other
fantastic.
great features. But I think again, we got this new State of the Octaverse report, 10 years this year. And something I want to tell the .NET community, number one, C# is holding strong as the 5th most popular language on GitHub. And you ready for this? You're going to love this, Scott. Our fastest growing communities, the top 10, number 4, .NET MAUI, and number 5, Microsoft Playwright.
Very cool. We just, in fact, just a few minutes ago at .NET Conf had our friends from Playwright come and show us that. And again, running those Playwright runners in GitHub Actions is a really great way to get started with end-to-end testing.
It's fantastic. And of course, you know, GitHub, we're the home for everybody. So Python, JavaScript. JavaScript continues to be number one. So, you know, if you want to get your web on, we've got lots of templates for that. And again, in security, as you brought up, I mean, you can be a DevOps team of one, and we continue to offer, you know, Dependabot forever for free and open source, as well as the new security report. And that's probably a good thing. If you find an issue in one of those community libraries you're contributing to, we can do private CVE reporting to help the community with those problems. So again, GitHub is all about community for everybody, and we love our .NET developers. So I'm so glad we're able to get together and talk. And I really hope you get a chance to hack on this little Raspberry Pi badge when it shows up at your doorstep.
I will head over to the mailbox right now. It's probably sitting in there. I didn't realize.
I hope so, because I really do. But if it doesn't, we'll get you a tracking number.
Very cool. I appreciate that.